So my girlfriend and I had a conversation the other day and I invalidated her feelings and it wasn't my intention, but I did do it. Well, anytime something comes up in my life or in my girlfriend's life, wherever it is, big or small, we like to talk about it. Because even though it might be a direct decision that it only affects our life, ultimately it affects us as a whole. And we like to bring things to the table and talk about them so that way we're on the same page with every single thing. And also we get each other's opinions, we get each other's takes on the situation. Because I might go to make a decision and I might not be seeing a full picture to where she sees the full picture and she's able to help me make a better decision. So we kind of bounce ideas off each other. So like every other time, a situation came up and I brought it to her and said, hey babe, here's the situation. What are your thoughts? The problem is because I felt so strongly about my decision, I kind of ignored her. Like I listened to her, I heard her out and everything, but like ultimately I already knew the decision was going to be no for me. And before she can get out what she wanted to say, and before she can explain her reasoning behind it, I was like, you know what, don't worry about it. I'm just gonna not do it. I'm not gonna do it. And immediately that was the end of the conversation. And instead of her letting that slide, she stopped me and was like, you know what, you didn't even let me get my side of the story out. You didn't even let me explain what my thoughts were in the situation. You just went with a complete no. And the reason I said no is because I was uncomfortable with the situation. But even though I was uncomfortable with the situation, her solution to that situation would have made me comfortable. But I already invalidated her feelings by telling her, you know what, I'll figure it out. I'll do it myself. I'll work it out myself. I already got the answer. The answer is no. And at that moment, I didn't give her the chance to be my partner. I didn't give her the chance to be my teammate. I just made a decision ultimately by myself. And yeah, she could have not said nothing, and from here on out, every decision that she wanted to make, she could have just made by herself. If I was going to make all the decisions by myself, she could just kept making decisions by herself. But instead of doing that, she stopped me right there in that moment and explained to me how she felt and why she felt the way she felt. And that right there meant a lot to me because I was so blinded by my own feelings, by my own decisions, that I wasn't worried about my partner in that moment. And it's never fair for her to always want to be there for me, but I can't be there for her, if that makes sense. And instead of getting upset at the fact that she called me out, I'm appreciative of it because now I know, I understand, and I get it. I say all this to say by no means am I perfect in my relationship, and I still make mistakes too. But the thing I'm grateful for is to have a partner who calls me out when things aren't okay. Instead of me getting mad and upset at the fact that she called me out, it's time to learn and understand what I did wrong and how to fix it so next time it doesn't happen again.